Welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 3 of the National Football League brings us a cross-conference matchup today between the 1-1 Cincinnati Bengals, led by their star quarterback Joe Burrow, rocking the all-whites today on the road as they take on J.J. McCarthy. And the 1-1 Minnesota Vikings making their way out in front of their home crowd, looking for a bounce-back victory after a loss on Sunday Night Football in heartbreaking fashion, 36-34 to the Atlanta Falcons. They stole one, though, from Chicago way back in Week 1 Monday Night Football, so this is the first non-primetime game of the year for the Skull Minnesota Vikings. As for Cincinnati, they began with a Week 1 win in Cleveland, followed by a Week 2 home loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, 30-25. So two teams with Week 1 wins and Week 2 losses looking for the bounce back in Week number 3. Whose streak will continue, whose will end, we will find out here shortly as we are underway from Minneapolis. Return taken from the 6-yard line up to the 26, and that is where J.J. McCarthy will begin his opening drive back in front of the home fans. Here we go. Welcome everybody joining me here today. Trex, John Zeller, Silver Knight, and Bartholomew. Glad to have you all joining me back and better than ever. Going to have 7 consecutive days of streaming, 6 or 7. One of those two numbers. And we are looking forward to a whole lot of great football in between all that. 19-13, the pick'em split today in favor of the Bengals. And here we begin from the 26-yard line. J.J. McCarthy going to uncork one. Low and incomplete already, though, targeting Justin Jefferson. Got to give him credit there. Got McCarthy Addison going today. There we go. What up, JJJ? What up, Leontre? These two teams have explosive offenses and not too much defense, respectively, at this point. McCarthy, though, doing Cincinnati favors with the misfire. 2nd and 10. Pass to the inside. Finds his running back, Aaron Jones, and he'll move the chains. That's a pickup of 15 and a Viking first down. Breaking down this Minnesota offense, J.J. McCarthy now at QB1. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason at running back. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor at wide receiver. T.J. Hawkinson and Josh Oliver making up the tight ends. And that is the starting offense here for the Minnesota Vikings. The handoff goes to Aaron Jones, and he's swallowed up by Jermaine Pratt at CFL and right on cue to break down this Bengal defense. Joseph Asai and no more Trey Hendrickson on the defensive end, taking him out now because of all the controversy with him. B.J. Hill, T.J. Slayton, Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt, Oren Burke, Cam Taylor, Brett Dax Hill, D.J. Turner, Jordan Battle, Geno Stone, and Josh Newton. McCarthy from the empty. Bengals rushing 4 and a little behind Justin Jefferson there. But a 5-yard completion on the crosser. What up, SM? What up, Mile High? And what up, Trey? As we get an injury, and this is to Justin Jefferson. Wow, whoever had Jordan Addison in fantasy, got to be feeling good about that. Even more targets for the wide receiver, too. Call you ball. Love any comments. Appreciate it, man. What are you going to do to the Broncos? I don't even remember when I have them playing. Let me double check. Go to my Discord real quick, which you guys can do as well with the link in the About section of my channel. Jefferson to the bench there with the injury. And it is already 3rd and 6. 5-man rush coming here for the Bengals, but it's not going to work out. Aaron Jones in open space again across midfield. Both first downs have been for him through the air. What up, A-Rod? Second out, the first successful first down conversion, Joe Burrow will throw an interception. But right now, I don't know. Got a lot of injuries to start in Madden. We have had a lot of crucial injuries coming up the last couple of games. It has been wild. Quite crazy, if you ask me. Vikings, though, the first team into enemy territory. 41 yards away from the opening drive touchdown. The handoff goes to Aaron Jones, who cuts upfield. And right now, Jermaine Pratt's got his number. The only guy wearing white seems to be capable of taking him down. And that is a conversion. Second down and 8 now. Jordan Addison is in motion. McCarthy off the play action. Pocket is collapsing. He's going to fire this right side. Hauled in by Jordan Addison, and he'll pick up 5. Is Jermaine Pratt actually on the Raiders now? Double check that. Oh, wait, when did that happen? Raiders, ex-Bengal, 2 weeks ago. I missed that. Well, my apologies. That will make up for the loss of Trey Hendrickson, though. 3rd and 3, J.J. McCarthy uncorking this one left side. Holding complete. Jordan Addison again. And he's about to get started. This kid's going to get it going. All right, let me make a mental note of that. Suppose I have not updated the NFL roster guru rosters in a while, so I will take the blame on that one, but that is good to know for the future. Had no idea. And that is a completion to Hockenson, and I wasn't even paying attention. He's into the end zone for a 21-yard touchdown. How about that? Wow. Minnesota strikes first off the RPO. J.J. McCarthy running quickly, and he gets the job started. Whoa. Big Hawk, there he goes. How about that? Extra point coming up here for Will Reichert. I'm kind of all over the place right now, I can't lie. That's what happens when you start streaming a half hour late. Extra point coming up here for Will Reichert. On the way, and it is good. Yeah, I got to get back in to checking in the rosters more often. Admittedly, I've done a very poor job of keeping up with that this year. But to be fair, did anybody else know Jermaine Pratt signed to the Raiders? I had no idea. Straight up, just didn't even see it. Oh well. Let's hope it doesn't make an impact play because, I mean, to be fair, he's not like a star-studded player. Anybody can fill his shoes and do his job, right? With all due respect. All right, I got to make a note, though. Jermaine Pratt from Bengals to Raiders. Cincy on the return, though. And not a too bad of one. Up to the 28-yard line. Here we go. Joe Burrow will take over and get us going. Drafted his replacement Dynasty. Gotcha. What up, Dojin Tai? Yeah, that makes sense. Again, though, I just can't wait for Madden 26, so I don't, don't even have to worry about looking at rosters. I just feel like the NFL has done such a poor job communicating like off-season moves this year. Trades don't feel like a big deal anymore. It's weird. Burrow from the shotgun on the opening play here for the Bengals. Off the play action, and he picks out Jamar Chase on the opening play. How about that for the Bengals? In a bang. Wow, what up, LaShawn? A lot of big Bengal fans in the chat today. See if they can pull it off here. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. That's going to be cinematic. Two of the best wide receiver ones in the business. We'll see if Jefferson comes back from injury. Burrow being pressured. He checks it down, complete again. There's Jamar Chase. There we go. All right, A-Rod. If he throws an interception here, I'm just going to give you the channel at this point. Because you preemptively called this if it happened. Joe Burrow definitely going to throw the football here from the empty 5-man rush, and he picks out Mike Gesicki for the 6-yard gain that time. You scared me, I can't lie. Thought that was going to happen for sure. But it doesn't. We are good. Third and 2 for Cincinnati. The handoff up the middle to Chase Brown. He cannot find any breathing room, and he'll lose 2. Jonathan Granado, it's Blake Cashman this time. The middle linebacker with a huge stop in Cincinnati. Forded at the 42. Punt coming up here for Ryan Raquel. And he looks to pin the Vikings inside the road set, although that's not going to happen. Bounces into the end zone for the touchback. So the Bengals come up empty on their opening drive. Minnesota ahead 7-0. We got 20 people in here already in the opening quarter. Glad to have you guys back here with me after a day off. We are back to consistent streaming and uploads from here until next Friday, the 4th of July. Dialed in from there, though. Minnesota taking back over from the 20-yard line. The handoff to Aaron Jones. Got good blocking. And he is taken down up the middle. Oren Burke that time makes the play. What up, Retro? What'd you miss? Little TJ Hawkinson touchdown. I also missed it. Literally was looking at my paper. Crossing off names, and Hawkinson found the end zone. Was not even paying attention. Vikings trying to double up on their lead here. The handoff inside to Aaron Jones, eyeing another first down. And he'll find just 3. 19-13, as mentioned earlier, the split and the pick'em today in favor of the Bengals. Tomorrow, though, Patriots and Steelers right down the middle, 16-16. Can't wait to see how that one goes. Looking forward to it. Cincinnati, though, with a chance to get off the field here with a stop. McCarthy off the play action, though, and he's going to pick out Jalen Naylor. His first catch of the game, picks up 7. And this is one of the most slept-on wide receiver threes right now in the Madden simulation world. The game-winning touchdown against Chicago. A huge touchdown last week in their 2-point loss at home. It's been getting it going. Mr. Reliable. Justin Jefferson back in the game, by the way. And he is in motion here. Coming back from the opening drive injury. Handoff again goes to Aaron Jones, and he's upended after a pickup of 1. Pick the Steelers. I think I took the Patriots. I love the way they look in Madden. I know it's a very, very weird thing, but Patriots and Panthers, man, do they play each other? They're just a team of destiny. Fullback C.J. Ham checking into the game here. All day, 2nd and 9. The handoff again to Aaron Jones. This time bounces outside. Dragon defenders with them for the first down. An 11-yard pickup, and the offense is slowly starting to run through that man right there. When College Football 26 comes out, we need an Ohio State versus Texas or LSU Clemson. I don't know enough players from either team, but I could try to find something there. McCarthy again will hand off to Aaron Jones across midfield. Taken down from behind, still not down. Finally brought down by contact after a 5-yard pickup. Next pass. I see what you're saying there, Rob. College football cover cruise is real? You think so? I mean, it hadn't been too long. We'll see. 3 consecutive carries for Aaron. Successful that time around to pick up a yard, and he is okay. I thought for a second there he may be injured. All good, though. All right, we got the stream lag out the way. That was pretty bad right there. Aaron Jones picks up a yard, though. No worries. Bunch formation to the right side. Justin Jefferson to the left here. On 3rd and 4, ball going downfield. Jefferson had a step, but was overthrown. And a really bad miss there from J.J. McCarthy. That'll cost the Vikings a touchdown 100%. As they will probably punt the football here. And they will. Punt coming up here for Ryan Wright. One of 2 Ryans punting the football today. As he angles this one toward the 5-yard line, out of bounds, but not before it winds up through the end zone for the touchback. So the Bengals take back over, still trailing by just a touchdown. Good time to remind you guys for a couple of things here. Just some dirty work to take care of. Drop a like if you have not yet already. If you are new, subscribe down below. If you have not yet, join the Discord for standing and scoring updates, as well as the stream schedule. You can do so in the About section. And if you have not submitted a Week 3 pick'em, you are late to the party, but never too late to submit it altogether. Find that in the community tab. Final minute of the opening quarter. Jamar Chase is the motion man. He gets the wide receiver screen here, looking for some blocking downfield, and he is again hit hard at the 30. Bengals are going to try to chip away on this drive. Don't want to take it all if they can get away with it. Ewers was a 7th rounder, and Donovan Edwards wasn't even drafted. I mean, that's fair. A lot of college stars don't go too well in the NFL, though. 5-yard pickup for Jamar Chase. Here's Chase Brown, the hero in week 1 up the middle. He'll pick up 3. And that'll wind up taking us to the end of the first quarter. Discord like not working, let me get you a new one. It may have expired. I'm not sure why I did that. I'm pretty sure I set it to be unlimited, but let me get that to you real quick as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Vikings 7, the Bengals nothing in week 3 from US Bank Stadium. Throw this in chat real quick and pin it if I can. There we go. Flipping sides of the field here as the Vikings showing pressure on the opening play of the second quarter. Joe Burrow looking near sideline, and Jamar Chase has just it up there. 4-yard pickup on the touchline. Donovan Edwards just really wasn't that good, though, I'll be honest. He had a great national title game, but yeah, maybe it's more or less the NBA, college basketball translation that doesn't go as well as the NFL, but I see what you mean. Drive is continuing for the Cincinnati offense as Joe Burrow dances around now, fires on the run, right in there to Mike Gesicki. Beautiful ball from Joe Burrow. That was a dime. Wow. And he had pressure stepping up in his face, too, from the big Jonathan Allen, who created quite some havoc last week against Michael Penix. Ended up going down to injury. And we all know the rest with a revenge of Kirk Cousins here in week number 2. Burrow again standing from an empty pocket, goes to the sideline and finds his running back. It's Chase Brown inside the 30. Bengals now more than chipping away, they are pulling away on their second possession. There were no interceptions, A-Rod. It did not happen. Tight formation here for the Bengal offense. Gesicki, the motion man. Burrow going to fire near sideline, well read. Andres Iosivas was the intended target. Hauled that one in for a loss of 1. Byron Murphy with a huge hit underneath. That will do ever so nicely. Bengals, though, in scoring position here. We'll see what they can do. Man lined up nearly offside there. Gets back behind the line. Pass down the middle. Again, it's Iosivas. Only a gain of 1, though. And we do get another injury. This time it's to the offensive line of Cincinnati. Not going to help their cause out. Joe Burrow needs all the protection he can get in the defensive backfield. The offensive backfield, I should reiterate. They will try to fill that gap as soon as possible and with the utmost quality. Got to protect number 9 in the backfield. Both offenses suffering injuries on their opening couple of drives here. Joe Burrow on a 3rd and 8. Got to get to the 19-yard line. Rolling left away from pressure hit as he fires that one into the dirt. Vikings make the stand. Who did A-Rod pick? Let me check it out. Let's go find A-Rod response. Evan McPherson on for the 44-yard attempt here as the Bengals looking to get on the board on the road, and they will do so. Up and good. You had the Bengals today, my friend. Yes, you would be correct. And I'll save you breath for tomorrow. You got the Patriots tomorrow night. Hoping to get that stream in at 8 o'clock, if I can. Might have issues with that, though. I don't think I will. Should be back from work with plenty of time to savor there. But you just never know. Kickoff here, heading back in Minnesota's direction as the Vikings will take over with a return here up to the 24-yard line for Rainier Smith-Marset. And here we go. J.J. McCarthy looking for another touchdown drive. Let's see if he can find one. Need an Addison drive here. Yes, you do. See if Jefferson can get some revenge after that injury. It looked like his right shoulder he was grabbing on that bench earlier. Showing no signs of issue thus far, although he hasn't caught a football since then. As right back up the middle, Aaron Jones is devoured. Hit first by Logan Wilson that time. Big time play for Cincinnati's defense. Their pass this drive is a pick. It could be. Haven't had a turnover yet. Bengals looking to force the first one here on their third defensive possession as they will blitz an extra man off the edge, and it's going to get home. Logan Wilson with a huge TFL. Loss of 5 on the play there. Minnesota still looking for another double pass touchdown. How heroic might that be on a day like today? And here we go, 3rd and 14. Strong-sided formation for Minnesota. Does not last long, though. Aaron Jones in motion. McCarthy backpedals, fires this one in the dirt, incomplete. And the Bengals force a 3-and-out, negative 4 yards net there for the Minnesota offense. Looking like another defensive battle between these two teams, which is surprising, given how much they have scored the first couple of weeks. It's the NFL, though. You just never know. Ryan Wright on for the punt. Almost gets blocked there. Bengals will have good starting field position from the end of this return, which is about a yard further. They on the catch up to the 37-yard line, and Joe Burrow will take back over. Picked Addison, the Vikings today. Don't love the momentum. No, not feeling good at all. Vikings forgetting that the Bengals are supposed to have a terrible defense. You are correct. And vice versa. I mean, Minnesota's defense does not look too good either. Given up almost 70 points this season already. Bengals, though, looking for the end zone for the first time today. Here goes Chase Brown up the middle. Tried to cut back, and that hole was filled quickly by Andrew Van Ginkel, the former Miami Dolphin. Bengals just shy of the 40-yard line. Nothing quite going according to plan for them just yet. Had a couple of good first downs last possession. No targets yet for the Clemson wide receiver, T. Higgins, as Joe Burrow goes right back to Jamar Chase. With his 5th catch already, he'll pick up 6 yards. And we'll break down the Cincinnati offense. Joe Burrow at QB1, Chase Brown, Zach Moss, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Andres Iosivas, Mike Gesicki, and Drew Sample make up the Bengals starting roster. Might see a line, of course. They have a 3 tight end set here on a 3rd and 2, which is signaling run, but Joe Burrow is signaling pass from the backfield, finds Chase Brown, and he's able to escape the tackle to the 50. Bengals drive stays alive once again. Shadows on the field are kind of distracting. They are, aren't they? Maybe it's a good representation of online, though. Or real life, I should say. It must be. Beautiful sunny September afternoon here in Minneapolis. Outside rush for Chase Brown. Could not get past Ivan Pace Jr. that time. Good wrap-up made by the linebacker. See, Higgins has been kind of MIA, hasn't he? Hadn't really done much. Not at all. Past the midway point of the second quarter. Joe Burrow and the Bengals still eyeing the end zone. Pass downfield, held onto by Iosivas through the hit. And Joe Burrow wins the race to 100 passing yards here on the road. Remember when the Bengals and Vikings had that game of the year with their backup QBs? When was that? Was that 23? Burrow from the empty. And the 40-yard line going to find Mike Gesicki. Lowers his helmet, really doesn't do much with it there. He will pick up 7. 23, yes. That was on NFL Network. I'm pretty sure that was a Saturday game. That was elite. That was also an infuriating game to watch as a Browns fan. Hope the Bengals lost, but whatever. We move. Gesicki picks up 7 more. And the Bengals making more and more progress toward the end zone. And Chase Brown picking up where Joe Burrow left off. A 9-yard gain. And a Bengal first down. Want to see a T. Higgins touchdown? Would be pretty fire if his first catch was in the end zone. It's been the case for a lot of guys this season, especially the rookies have been finding success in the red zone and in the end zone. Bengals trying to get there for the first time today. Have not been inside the 20. Little dump down pass here at the top of the screen, going for 2. Josh Metellus there, the safety, with the tackle as we break down the Vikings defense. Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, 2 new faces at defensive end. Harrison Phillips, Taki Taimani, Jonathan Grenard, Ivan Pace Jr., Blake Cashman, Andrew Van Ginkel, Isaiah Rogers, Mekhi Blackman, Byron Murphy Jr., Josh Metellus, and Harrison Smith make up the starting defense. Joe Burrow clapping his hands, dropping back, fires downfield, and there is T. Higgins. His first catch is a first down. He will pick up 11 to the 11-yard line. Big play there for the Bengals offense as they look to get rolling. Approaching the 2-minute warning. Chase Brown still huffing and puffing in the backfield. He has been working hard on this drive. High snap collected behind Yosibach there, but he goes back to retrieve what was almost lost and gets halfway to the line to gain. I will say this, though. Joe Burrow has not been too sharp today. Wide receivers are really bailing him out on a couple of these passes. We'll see what happens. Bengals inside the 10-yard line, and we will have to wait to see what they got cooking up. 2-minute warning. In a packed U.S. Bank Stadium, it's the Vikings 7, the Bengals 3. And here we go. Final 2 minutes of a defensive opening half between the Bengals and the Vikings. Joe Burrow, though, looking for the end zone, and Chase Brown's got it with the time through the hit of Byron Murphy. Bengals lead on the road. Wonderful strike from Joe Burrow. Gets the job done. And the All-Whites are really rocking out some good results here. In the last couple of drives, a field goal and then a touchdown for Cincinnati. Looking good for the Bengals. Joe Burrow, my favorite running back. Buddy had one legit run in his whole career. That was his first ever touchdown against the Chargers. Extra point on the way here for Evan McPherson. It's up and good. Bengals lead 10-7. 11-play, 65-yard drive for the Cincinnati Bengals as they look to get to 2-1. Will they bounce back win here today? All right, Vikes dial in. We'll see if they can. We will see if they can lock it in. Plenty of time to go in this one, though. I'm sure the second half will deliver us at least 4 touchdowns between the two teams. How those will be distributed, though, one might have to wonder. Vikings, though, do have a chance to take the lead before halftime, and a return out to the 25 sees J.J. McCarthy take the field once again. 2-minute drill time for this man. Needs a big possession here. He's seen better days in the NFL. That fourth quarter he had against Chicago. One of the best performances from what should be a rookie in quite some time. Rookie year spoiled, though, due to injury. Sam Darnold able to lead this team to a 14-3 record before they expired in the wild card. 9-yard completion there to Jordan Addison. He's really starting to get going here offensively. A-Rod Hayden. Oh, he does have the Bengals. That does add up. To each their own, I must say. Minnesota to the no-huddle here. McCarthy from under center finds the crosser. It's Jalen Naylor. Met immediately. Good tackle. Not before a 5-yard pickup, though. Believe that time that was Cam Taylor-Britt tracking down the speedy wide receiver 3. McDonald's. Shout out McDonald's. Minnesota hanging on to all of their timeouts here. Still in the no-huddle. 20 on the play clock. Snap is taken. McCarthy dances and fires that one way behind Aaron Jones. That was at least 3 steps behind him. Winds up an incompletion, though. Yeah, Sam Darnold on Seattle now. I think that'll be an interesting mix for him. We've seen him through a couple of weeks. Got the week 1 win against the San Francisco 49ers, though. Huge victory for them in the NFC. McCarthy now dropping back deep on 2nd and 10. Little check down, though. Aaron Jones able to get out of bounds with exactly a minute to go in the second quarter. Important play coming up here, though. If the Vikings don't convert, Cincinnati has more than enough time and resources to march down the field and at least attempt a field goal. Tug-of-war here, battle of leverage on a 3rd and 5. McCarthy looking for midfield, dangerous pass, but Aaron Jones, or I'm sorry, this is Addison, wins it through the air. Jordan Addison, heck of an effort. This guy gets gritty at 200 yards receiving in the opening half last week. Was held to a single catch, though, in the second half as Minnesota lost their grip on that game big time. Their offense got shut down late. Cincinnati with 4 on the line of scrimmage, and that's how many they bring here. McCarthy finds a standing Jalen Naylor. He'll pick up 7. Get that PPR, it's important. Vikings take their second timeout on the second consecutive play. One timeout remaining. Keep in mind, Will Riker did miss from 53 last week. Huge part of that loss for him. Could easily be 2-0 if a couple of things swung their way. But they end up shooting themselves in the foot. McCarthy has all day to fire this one down the field, knocked away by Logan Wilson. Could have picked that one off, but that was even behind him, and he was trailing the running back down the field. Neither quarterback has looked too sharp in this one. Got to say, Minnesota has the advantage in that department because of Aaron Jones, but he's lining up as a receiver here. He joins Justin Jefferson up top. McCarthy on 3rd and 3 checks it down to his running back, who hauls it in through the Oren Burks hit. First down for the Vikings, 9-yard pickup. Got to get going, though, almost halftime already. See how fast they can get back to the line here. Under 30 seconds. And now under 20 seconds to go. Same formation here for Minnesota. Who does McCarthy pick out this time? It's his tight end, TJ Hawkinson. And the immediate timeout is taken at the 24-yard line. So the Vikings cannot afford to be tackled within the playing field. I will say there's about a 70% chance they do, though, because this is Madden after all. Happens IRL sometime, though. See if they can convert here. Couple of deep end zone shots for J.J. McCarthy. 24 yards away from the end zone. Bengals going to bring the blitz. That pass way overshot to Jordan Addison. More of a safety throw there, although McCarthy feels bad for it. What up, Pink Floyd? Great commentary as usual. Love the videos. They always are great while driving home from work. Appreciate it, man. Glad you're enjoying it. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people in my chat that just listen while they work or whatever they're doing. Will Riker looking to tie the game here before halftime. 41 yards away with 8 seconds to go. Good snap, good hold. Kick up and through. And the Vikings tied the game at 10. All right. Fresh game. It is indeed. Bengals, though, receive the second half kickoff, so they have the minor advantage in that department with a potential extra possession. All things considered, though, very lackluster first half for both teams that have explosive offenses. In my mind, the 2 best wide receiver cores in the NFL. Although Philadelphia might have something to say about that. Knee is taken at the 30 is where the football will be brought out. And we expect Joe Burrow to return the favor with a kneel down of his own. All right, as mentioned, though, tomorrow a huge retro game in the AFC. The Steelers and Patriots. Would have been a heck of a game 10 years ago. And it's going to be a heck of a game this year as well. 1-1 and 2-0, respectively there. Joe Burrow going to heave this one downfield. Up for grabs and knocked around, incomplete. We head to halftime. It's the Bengals 10, the Vikings 10 in Week 3 from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Vikings will get our second half underway with the kickoff. Bengals looking for continuation from their previous drive with a touchdown if possible. They go punt, field goal, touchdown. And the Vikings go touchdown, punt, field goal. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Second half is underway with the Will Riker kick. And the Bengals will return from inside the 10-yard line, and it's a pretty good one for Charlie Jones up to the 30. Joe Burrow will begin with 9:56 to go in the third quarter. Running back Sisson. We do have him on. Chili did tell me, by the way, I knew he wouldn't be here. I think he's camping until Monday. So he will not have our standings updated for a couple of days. Bear that in mind. As our second half gets underway here, Minnesota looking to bring some pressure. A game that has gone without a sack thus far And that will continue, at least for now. Joe Burrow snipes that one in there to T. Higgins, 6-yard pickup. Good haul in there. Yeah, how's life been, Exodus, huh? Hope it's been treating you all right. You're a working man now, after all. Things could get tough. 2 receivers left and right here for Joe Burrow. Taps his helmet, sets the man in motion. Makes a couple of pre-snap adjustments here. Play clock is down to 8. The pass out there to Gesicki. Here's the double pass the Vikings pulled off. This time it's Chase Brown breaking free. Down the sideline. There he goes. Inside the 10. He will go. 63 yards for the touchdown. They did it to him. Wow. Can you believe that? 2 weeks ago in Chicago, it was Aaron Jones down the sideline. And this time it's Gesicki to Chase Brown. Taste of their own medicine. How about that? What up, Packers? What up, Goku? This is crazy. The same play the Vikings did. In the same direction, too. That is bonkers. Let's go. Unbelievable. Evan McPherson on now for the extra point, and the Bengals lead is 7. That is crazy. No, you're very correct about that, A-Rod. What in the world was Harrison Smith doing? What was that pursuit? I mean, yeah, no, that was actually pitiful. I don't know, man. But hey, the entertainment value is there. That's all that matters. You know what? Tight ends now all of a sudden have really good incentivized value for passing touchdowns. I just kind of realized that. I might have to do my research as to what teams have that double pass in their playbook, because it might mean something. 63-yard passing touchdown credited there to Mike Gesicki. Tackle made on the return. Out to the 23-yard line, J.J. McCarthy gets his second half started maybe a little bit earlier than he had presumed. All right. Vikings second half opening up from the 23-yard line. The fullback in the game here blocking for Aaron Jones up the middle. Again, it is Logan Wilson starting to take over defensively. Best play this season right now, it is one of, that's for sure. Trying to think what else we've had that really could compete. I think Minnesota has like 2 of the top 5 plays at the bare minimum. Vikings are 1-1 this season. Week 1 win and a week 2 loss. Into the I formation they go this time. McCarthy again, hands off up the middle to Aaron Jones. Make a couple of Bengals miss and pick up the first down. Yeah, I think they won 24-23 in Chicago and then lost 36-34 at home to Atlanta. So definitely had the closest games of the season. Cincinnati 1-1, won in Cleveland, and lost at home to Jacksonville. These two teams have similar stories thus far this season. That'll change, though, after this game, assuming we don't have a tie, which is definitely a possibility. Pats game-winning super score, yeah, I think that's my play of the year. I love the Pats, man. I really hope they can show out a lot more this season. Going to throw the live poll out here for you guys in chat real quick before I forget. There it is. 3 more yards picked up there for Aaron Jones. McCarthy still looking for his first pass. He'll find it here off the bootleg, deep downfield, and Addison will pay the price. Cam Taylor-Britt jumps up there with him. What up, Cali Jet? All right, let me double-check something real quick. Panthers ending that double pass. It's Tavion Sanders and Chuba Hubbard. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I know Uncle would go crazy for that one. McCarthy takes the shot downfield, winds up incomplete, though. And they will try a running back screen, swallowed whole again. First man there, Logan Wilson. 4-yard CFL. He is getting going. He has looked terrific here defensively. Bengals are starting to win this game with their defense, which is something that is not said too often. They'll take it when they can get it, though. Ryan Wright here with the punt. On 4th and 11, gets this one away. And this is a sky-high kick. Fair caught at the 26-yard line. Guys, I have terrific news. I actually didn't even know this until just now. As Chase Brown, I had no idea he was popping off that much. I guess you got to give him credit for that reception. But the Panthers take on the Patriots in Week 4. That game is going to feed families, let me tell you. Bare minimum, both teams walk in there 2-1. I actually cannot wait. That'll be the game of the week there. Been an exciting start to week number 3, though, especially in the NFC. Joe Burrow down the middle, falling down. T. Higgins secures that one, making sure he doesn't have to spit up blood or urinate blood with a big hit to the ribs there. Too hot in Phoenix, brother. It's hot everywhere. I was out golfing, actually. That's why I had to delay stream for a little bit. It was a hot one today. 5 purple jerseys on the line of scrimmage here. That's somebody blitz. Joe Burrow, little touch pass down the middle. And T. Higgins fights forward. Inches short that time. Not giving up any extra yards. What up, Redford? Vikings defense is definitely going to be top 5 this year. Well, they are looking pretty good thus far. Caught off guard with that double pass touchdown. Other than that, though, I think their defensive line will help them out a ton. Neither team, though, has generated any pressure. Joe Burrow understands that his offensive line, more often than not going to protect him too well. Another quick pass out there, and right on cue. Mike Gesicki. Or spit up your end. You know what? If that's happening, that's an issue. That would be an issue. It's like the NBA player that got punched so hard he could taste his own spinal fluid. It's a real thing. Bengals up now to the 40-yard line. Looking to take their first 2-score lead of week number 3. Try to take back an important win in week number 3 to get them back over 500. Joe Burrow to the sideline again. He has been pinpoint perfect on these timing passes today. To the boundaries, an 8-yard pickup. Holy buffer, was that bad? I don't think it was that bad. Not on my end, at least. Mike Gesicki, back-to-back receptions. Joe Burrow going to hand this one off to Chase Brown, waving into that of defenders. And he's only going to find about 1.5 yards there. Once again, 3rd and inches coming up for the Bengals. Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace Jr., the first 2 into the backfield. Need a turnover? You might get one here. Appreciate it, Redford. Back-to-back 3rd and inches for the Cincinnati offense. Looking for another conversion, and Chase Brown will deliver that and plenty more. An 11-yard pickup. Get paid today, going to buy a membership? Let's go, man. Would be glad to have you in the members-only fantasy league. Starting to get some new members here. Bengals back into enemy territory. From the 39, the handoff again to Chase Brown, racking up those carries. Not racking up yards that time, though, just a 1-yard pickup. As the time continues to get away from Minnesota, this was the issue last week, too. You just felt like they were a step and a half behind when they only had time for a step. Top 5 defensive teams this season, I'll have to think about that. Number 9 stands alone once again. Quick pass down the middle, finds another crosser. Andres Yosivash. Chase Brown having a career game. He had a career game in week 1, so 2nd career game in 3 weeks. Pretty good numbers there. I don't know, though. I feel like the Ravens got to be up there defensively. The Browns do, too. Niners, I'll give the Vikings that. Once again, 3rd down. Joe Burrow being pressured, finally hitting the backfield. And this time, it's the big fella, Harrison Phillips. Joe Burrow still rolling around, looking for some help. I guess they technically ruled that one a rushing touchdown, didn't they? Because that 63 yards should come from his reception. An important kick here, though, from Evan McPherson. 51 yards away, it's up and good. And a 2-score lead. Yeah, Philadelphia should be the other defense. You're right. They're stacked to the brim. I think the Texans have a pretty underrated defense, too. We'll see if they can dish that out, though. Who else has got a good defense I'm not even thinking about right now? Who's forced a lot of turnovers this year in my Sims? I got to think about this. Really don't know. Broncos might be a good pull. Although they got destroyed. They gave up 49 points to the Indianapolis Colts last week. Vikings taking back over. They're on the opposite end of a 13-0 run right now. Healthy Lions defense. Healthy, though, is the key word there, because how often are they actually healthy? Not a whole lot of sim turnovers this year at all. You are right. We used to have like 5 or 6 interception games. I remember vividly Matthew Stafford throwing 6 interceptions. And who was it? Stephon Gilmore had 3 pick sixes in my ladder series a couple of years ago, for those of you that remember that. Wow. Minnesota trailing by 10 now on the wrong end of a 13-0 run. McCarthy looking to escape the pocket, and it breaks like the Red Sea. He'll pick up 9 on the scamper. Busted play works out. Got to think of other defenses, though, that I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good. Man, I really don't know. 9-yard pickup there for J.J. McCarthy. This time we'll hand off to Aaron Jones. Cuts back up the middle, and no more breathing room. Logan Wilson slams the door shut once again. Excited to see what J.J. really does this NFL season. I'm a doubter and a hater for him, just because I feel like he wasn't ready. I felt like he was part of a system at Michigan, but you know what? I hope he proves me wrong. 3rd and inches here for Minnesota. The handoff to Aaron Jones, and he's thwarted right at the line. Will he get there? He will not. Logan Wilson again. I feel like the Bengals are going to go 7-10 in the sim, but we're not even going to make it past like week 6. So we'll see if they can even get to 500. Wow, what a huge tackle there from Logan Wilson. Vikings offense has fallen flat on their face here, all things considered. Bengals pitch another 3-and-out. Who would have thought their defense would have been the key to this game? They will get possession right back. Fair catch called for. With 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter, Bengals lead 20-10 on the road. Thoughts on Bo Nix? I think he could be something really special. I thought he was going to be another Brandon Weeden. But after that rookie season, you don't see a lot of pocket quarterbacks nowadays that thrive. But you know what? Bo Nix might have to bring that trend back. We'll see. An important drive here defensively for the Vikings. They essentially can't afford to give up a touchdown. That is exactly what Joe Burrow is looking for in this drive. Starts it out with a 3-yard pickup to Andres Iosivas. 23 Giants, who had no turnovers in the first 4 games of the season, led the league in takeaways beginning in week 5. Wow. That is wild. Crazy if true. This time 6 Vikings on the line. The handoff to Chase Brown got terrific downfield blocking. It'll pick up a dozen more. Over 100 yards rushing. And I'm pretty much confirming at this point that was rushing yards on that double pass touchdown. So really it was more of a double pitch. Just long pitches. They're starting to fade away here, though. In the final minute of the 3rd quarter. This is a pitch left side to Chase Brown. Had good patience, but that does not give him anything else. Loss of 1. Long pitch bingo. Yeah, 2 overhand pitches. How about that? Lots of rushes in this game, though. You know exactly what that means. It means we are getting quick results. One final snap here in the 3rd quarter. Dominated by the Bengals. They win it 10-0. And they will set up 3rd and 5 in the 4th quarter. When we return, it is 20-10. The Bengals ahead of the Vikings at US Bank Stadium, searching for 2-1. Love the All Whites. I love them too. Opening play of the 4th quarter. It is a big one. Minnesota looking for another 10-point comeback. Not looking too good, though. T. Higgins right down Main Street. That is a pickup of 16 yards and a huge 1st down conversion. What up, T. Green? Bo Nix not a pocket QB, though. He can actually run. He can, but just his stature and the way he throws the football. Like, I'm not saying Josh Allen is a pocket quarterback either, but he looks like one, you know? Bengals get another new set of downs here. Iosivas, the motion man. Fake jet sweep handoff. And that tackle made in the open field by Byron Murphy. All the picks on fire today? Bad fire, yes, the burning kind. Clear visor with the helmet, 10 out of 10. It goes hard. 2019 OBJ would have rocked the heck out of this jersey with the Christmas cleats, let me tell you. Minnesota looking for the opening takeaway. They need it now more than ever. Chase Brown right back up the middle. Blake Cashman that time is the linebacker that meets him. Cincinnati should be around field goal range here, although won't really do them too much help. The risk might outweigh the reward from this distance, so Joe Burrow looking to do it himself here. 3 receivers to his left and Gesicki to his right side. One step drop and a fire to his tight end, wide open at the 30-yard line. Need a garbage time, Addison Tutty, or I'm dead. Yeah, crazy to think their only touchdown is one that I legitimately was not even watching until Hockenson was inside the 15. Bizarre how that works. Burrow from the empty. Will fire this one, a check down, caught by Gesicki. 6-yard pickup, he's over 200 yards. All right. Any way to see standings for your seasons? If you click the pinned link to the Discord server, there are all the scores, schedules, and standings through 2.5 weeks. Joe Burrow in his element right now on the road. Over 200 yards passing. He's going to add to it here with a first down to Mike Gesicki. That tight end still feasting. Vikings need a turnover bad. Joe Burrow just breaking them down right now. Discord link should be pinned right now. There should be a highlighted message at the very top. I could send it again if you like. Cincy back inside the red zone looking to extend their 13-0 run here. As Joe Burrow going to find Jamar Chase, who breaks one tackle. And he'll actually end up losing a couple of yards there. With the extra effort, Harrison Smith that time pursues the tackle from the correct angle. Looking like it might be a second-half shutout of the Minnesota Vikings. Burrow going to flip the play here. Looks like the Vikings are in man coverage across the board. Joe Burrow trying to pick that apart again. Finds his tight end, Gesicki, down to the 2-yard line. 10th reception for the longtime New England Patriot. I shouldn't say long time. He's bounced around the AFC East quite a bit. All right, let me get that Discord link to you guys real quick. Throw it in chat. Goal-to-go situation once again for the all-white wearing Bengals, and Chase Brown going to find the end zone for the second consecutive time. That might be the dagger right there, right now. Bengals looking good. They are back to it. Chase Brown right up the gut. Blake Cashman a little bit late to the party. That has been the story of the day for Minnesota. Their offenses just looked flat out ugly. Haven't turned it over, though. That's the thing. Just haven't got the job done. Chet saying game over. Vikings have the largest comeback of the season thus far. Keep that in mind, though. You just never know. But a 13-play, 77, 5-minute, and 20-second drive. That is brutal. Going to end the live poll here with the slim majority favoring the Cincinnati Bengals after 21 votes. Appreciate your guys' democracy. Seems that the free people in chat going to get this one right today. 24 people in chat. Yeah, they have not yet already. Drop a like down below. Almost to 20 on the stream. Would really appreciate that. It helps me greatly in the algorithm. Helps to get more fans involved. McPherson on for the kickoff. Minnesota looking for a miracle. And they have got to start finding magic right here, right now. Return out to the 31-yard line. And here we go. Need a Minneapolis Miracle comeback? Yes, you do. Good time to remind you guys as well with the membership status. If you want to become a channel member for $4.99 a month, every month, starting today, you get access to custom member emotes that can be requested to be made, as well as the members-only fantasy league, which has some to win a jersey of your choice on the house of John Zeller. 6:04 to go in the fourth quarter. McCarthy looking at TJ Hockenson. Wish Diggs was still on the team. I mean, I think he left the team at a really good time. He started to go downhill right around the time he left. Not all too bad for Minnesota there. got the good out of him. Once again, a quiet day, though, for Justin Jefferson. Really just not been his season through 2.5 weeks, although here he goes with a first down reception for a 10-yard pickup. Right as I say that, he will move the chains. 5 minutes to go. Flat. By the time they get to snap off, Bengals showing pressure once again. They will rush forward, drop the linebacker, and wide open. Jordan Addison picks up 9 more. Number 9 has found gains of 9 all day. Why have you become a commentator? You have the voice of Chris before. I've done some D3 football and stuff and some local high school broadcasting around North Central Ohio, but one day we'll see if we can go national with it. Less than 5 to go now in the fourth quarter. McCarthy going deep down the field, finally testing this Bengals secondary. Something he's failed to do for the majority of the day. It is number 9 versus number 9. I realized that about second quarter. Very, very interesting. Me or Justin Jefferson getting locked up in every Madden game. He really has been. Opens up the door for Jordan Addison and Jalen Naylor, though. Addison had 220 yards receiving last week, and they still cannot find victory at home. McCarthy again finds Justin Jefferson, breaks the tackle of Logan Wilson inside the 25. I mean, if they really, really, really want a chance here, they got to score before, I would say, 3 minutes. We'll see. Joe versus JJ, that it is. You would be most correct. Vikings in the no huddle from here on out. Jordan Addison one-on-one up top. McCarthy running for his life, rolling left. Now going to take off inside the red zone. Slides down after a 4-yard pickup. It's the kind of play that Cincinnati right now will take all day long. It's going to cost the Vikings way more time than they can afford to give up, all things considered. More time coming off the clock here. McCarthy, little check down hauled into Hawkinson, sets up first and goal. First time the Minnesota Vikings have been in this situation all day long. Hawk had the opening score, and since then a 27-3 run for the Cincinnati Bengals. Crazy but true. Number 9, 9 yards away from the second passing touchdown in week 3. Down the middle and a big time hit. Logan Wilson. He's got to have at least 11 tackles right now. Addison holds that one in, but boy, is he getting the wear and tear put on him today. What up, Chili? No reception here. Found a spot with 1 bar. Let's go. Well, looks like the Bengals going to pull this one out for you. One more snap here potentially before the 2-minute warning. Going to the back of the end zone, and that is intercepted, and that should do it. Cam Taylor-Britt calls game. Ball game. There you have it. Game over. J.J. McCarthy. The mishaps continue. Cam Taylor-Britt, quarterback 1. Addison, the intended target. That was not a very good pass at all. Is what it is, though. Chase Brown coming back out. Looking to add to his stats, and he should do more than that. Who had McCarthy in fantasy, by the way? What a flash, Gordon. Would have won a 4 quarters 15 minutes long, yeah. Vikings in a slump right now. They could easily be 0-3. Crazy to think about. Thought he was a receiver for a second. He was in better position, wasn't he? And this will be our final rush before the 2-minute warning. Chase Brown breaks the tackle up the middle. Look at number 30. Churn the legs upfield and pick up 8 more. Never satisfied, always hungry. Really hope the best for you in the field. Appreciate it, man. Means a lot. Brown picks up 8 more. Joe Burrow right back under center. Couple more rushes in this game should be history. Although Joe Burrow looking to add to his stats through the air, going deep downfield, picking out Jamar Chase, who breaks 1 tackle. And finally taken down at the 45. Rubbing salt in the wound. Yeah, I got to give all the credit right back, though, to the YouTube community. I would not have the opportunities I have today if you guys didn't stick around and bear with me through some of the darker days of my unenthusiastic first season. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. Burrow going to take the play clock as far down as possible here. Vikings not going to take any timeouts, down by 3 scores. Play clock down to 1, and we will take it away again because Madden still doesn't understand clock management and motion offense. Those two don't go hand in hand. Like peanut butter and banana sandwiches that are fried, they don't go hand in hand unless you're Elvis. And if you are, they kill you. Best division in the NFL is the NFC North. I must say it's probably true heading into next season. All comes down to Chicago when it's all said and done, though. Chase Brown right back up the middle. Picks up the penalty yardage. 8-yard gain. Yeah, I don't think he's having as good of a day as Travis Etienne, but probably the second best week for running backs. And that's saying something. We've had a lot of good running backs this week thus far. Maybe a third Bichon had a better day. I think so. One more rush coming up here for Chase Brown. He'll get this one going left side, and Harrison Smith brings him down after a pickup of 7. That should do it, though. Stats reminder, got you. At this point, I check for every game. Even if we don't have anybody for fantasy, I'm just curious at the time. Got to get back into the swing of things, though. All things considered. And here we go. Time is going to expire, and the Cincinnati Bengals will improve to 2-1 behind a 27-3 run on the road in Week 3 over the Minnesota Vikings. And there you have it. Week 3 of the books between the Bengals and the Vikings. We will take a look now at the player stats. Not a great day for J.J. McCarthy. 187 passing. Ugly for him. Chase Brown, 132 yards rushing. And all thanks to that double pass touchdown. And we take a look at the wide receiver stats. Addison had a pretty okay day, given that he didn't score. 13.1 fantasy points. Not too shabby, all things considered. And yeah, no sacks that game between either team. Might be the first time that's happened in my Sims that I can remember. But that is going to do it here for week number 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to the Patriots and Steelers tomorrow. Going to be a legacy game. You won't want to miss it.